welcome to the next ReeVlog. I have sat on the floor. Ignore this little bit of duvet cover. So, what is the purpose of this vlog? Not to show off my hair, which is magnificent today, as I have been told. But, instead, just general ReeVlog. Update on fitness, health, wealth, social life, etc. You know, that sort of thing. So, what we've got today is a few points to discuss. But I've got to keep it short because my phone is starting to get frazzled. So I don't want to, use up all the memory or anything like that. So, first point is fitness. My 100 push-ups per weekend is not looking promising this weekend. I tried to get them done as early in the weekend as possible so I can recover later in the weekend before going back to work. But it turns out, oddly enough, that when fatigue strikes, push-ups are really hard. So, as I think I mentioned in maybe the last ReeVlog, maybe one slightly older than that, I got up to a point where I was able to do like a set of 30, a few sets of 20, 10, 5, whatever. I've really struggled to do sets of 10 this weekend. So far, I've done 2 of them. I've done 20 push-ups, 10 yesterday and 10 today. I have used my brand new little exercise toy. Let me grab that. Beyblade. No, it's a ab roller type thingo. Really hard to use. But yeah, I've used it a little bit. But I don't think I'm going to hit the 100 push-ups this weekend. Didn't last weekend. Probably won't next weekend because I'm going to D&D. But I've got the Friday off work, so I'm going to count that as weekend. So I'm going to try and get them done on the Friday before going to D&D on the Isle of Sheppey. And then the weekend after that, I've got the Friday off, I think. Not 100% sure on that, but I think I do. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I've got some time off. But I'm going to a engagement party, so it's going to make the time to do the push-ups reduced, the fatigue increased, blah, 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 blah. Then the weekend after that, I have D&D here, which takes up a day, almost entirely. But again, I'll still have the Friday evening, and then I can do some before D&D. So it's just going to be a case of perhaps reduced amount. I've also had an increase in general pain, like throughout the body. The old chronic pain that comes with chronic illnesses, like chronic fatigue. That's not been great. Throughout the whole body, my feet have been the worst, but back, arms, legs, all of it. That's why I've also not done my kettlebell-based cardio routine with old Scullington here. Last week, haven't done it this week, probably won't do it this week. I am going to go for a walk. I'm going to take my skipping rope with me. If I find a good spot, I'm going to bit of cardio that way, because then it is less muscular apart from the cardio, I won't have to, there's less strength training elements to it. At that point it is mostly cardio endurance and a little bit of calves and stabilization more than anything, which is always useful. Today is the first of the month. Done my weighing and photoing of self, as I usually do. Not going to share the photos. They are in effectively Speedos. I have some runderwear that I got a while back that is, it doesn't leave much to the imagination, let's put it that way. But that is the best way to, the more skin on show, the more you can see any changes in your physicality. And I've not compared them to the previous ones, so I have some of my hair that appear molting constantly. Surprised I'm not bald, the amount of that I find. There's more! But yeah, in effect, I look better. Not like a six-pack abs, swole. Better, but better posture. Posturally speaking, I've improved since last month. The start of last month, I imagine from yesterday, there's very little difference, but yeah, that's good. I think that I had a very good start to the month. I've got my little tracker board up there that will tell me on the energy. I say tracker board, it's a calendar. That'll tell me how my energy levels were at the start of the day each day. Doesn't account for the evening or the afternoon or anything. That's just before I leave the flat, how did I feel? Unless I write it in retrospect, because sometimes I don't write it in before I leave the flat, at which point I will try and remember how I felt in the morning, but if it's 2 days later, then I might be, how was that? Well, that day was very good or very bad, regardless of how I felt in the morning. So it's not the most accurate of data points, but it's something. But I think, yeah, the start of August was very good for energy, but sort of shortly thereafter, mid-August, late August, very bad for energy. And I'm not sure why. I can't think of any commonalities, anything that changed in my routine or diet, really. Maybe stress, because work has been particularly difficult the past couple of weeks, and so has my other hobbies to an extent. D&D not so much, but a little, with regards to secret D&D projects that I probably shouldn't talk about on the internet for now. But we have, yeah, I've got some secret D&D project stuff that's going on. A little bit stressful, but I've resolved that now. Had a little bit of stress with D&D game that I play on a Thursday online, where there was some missing information on my character race from Shadows of Advance Reach. I might have mentioned that in another vlog, I don't know, but effectively I had to change a racial trait, and it was the racial trait that I had based my character off of, like their personality, backstory, etc. It's annoying, but I understand. So I'm not gonna kick up a stink about it at all. It's just that was stressful. So maybe stress, but it's very hard to quantify. Yeah. Then weight. That's the other thing. Weighed and photographed myself today. So yeah, my posture's looking better. I'm pretty sure that I've got less of like a rounded belly and a slightly flatter belly, which is also a good sign, but that might just be because of the postural improvements, because bad posture does make you look worse in that regard. But I've put on 2 kilos, roughly. Again, I haven't checked back to what I was before, but I was 101, 102, roughly. 104.8 now, so like 105, so maybe 3 kilos, maybe 4. It's quite a bit, to be honest. But I did have a very large and late tea yesterday. It was like during the night time, not even the evening. So perhaps that's just working its way through, and after that, the weight will come down. But I don't think I ate 2 kilos, 3 kilos, 4 kilos of food. Like, this is 4 kilos. I don't think I ate one of these. Like, this is a lot heavier than my plate was. So, who knows, really? Maybe it's water weight, maybe it's muscle. Who knows? Not me. But yeah, so my plan for the rest of the day, as it's the last day of the weekend, unfortunately, is go for a walk, maybe do some skipping, do some drawing, and just chill. I would like to do the push-ups, like to do the kettlebelly thing, but I understand I have a busy week next week with work and D&D, and honestly, I think that I just need the time to decompress. Yesterday, I was doing stuff for most of the day. I popped to B&M in the afternoon after a very long but productive Discord call with a friend. That was most of the day, that Discord call. But I popped to B&M because I needed to get something. One specific thing, which I got. I also got something else, but I can't remember what that was. Doesn't really matter, regardless. I'm sure it'll show up if it was important. I don't think it was a consumable. I don't know. It's probably in my bag or the car or something. But I went there and I was like, well, I'll stop off and see my family on the way home because that way I won't have to go over today. Because I like to see them every weekend. They like to see me more than I like to see them every weekend, but I do like to see them over the weekend. So I was like, okay, I'll do that, you know, familial responsibility at this point. So I did that, and everyone was unwell. My mum had like an allergic reaction to something and a toothache, and then she had some painkillers, but it turned out the painkillers were out of date, so she felt really ill. Then I saw my grandparents, and my granddad had a stomach ache, which might be his hernia, might be something else. Who knows? I certainly don't. But he felt better by the time I got there. Painkillers probably also out of date, but he's probably used to that. My nan had a headache. Again, she felt better by the time I got there, but that what was intended to be like a quick 20-30 minute visit turned it into like 2 hours. So I got back here very late compared to when I wanted to. It was nice chatting with them and all, but it was so busy. So yeah, and then the other thing is my kung fu shirt. I've still got the original shirt that I got when we switched from the gi, the button down gi, to a shirt instead. I've still got that shirt, so that's probably about a decade now that I've had that, and it was getting some holes in it, and I noticed last Wednesday, the one just gone, that those holes were getting quite large. So I sat back against this here chest of drawers, and I repaired it. No more holes apart from the ones that you need to wear the shirt. The head one, the torso one, and the arm ones. No holes anywhere else to be found apart from, like, obviously the really tiny one. You know what I mean. Not noticeable ones. You won't be able to see my skin through a hole in the shirt. That sort of type of deal. Which means I can go back to wearing it without feeling a little self-conscious during the warm-up when we do like the arm spins and it's like there's a tear here. I'm just like, come on. It doesn't look the most respectable. And as the senior grade at a club, I need to present an image for everyone who comes, especially new people. The people who've been there for a while, they get it. They understand that I'm at my best when I'm dressed like a hobo. However, if someone first joins, they for the club, they will want to see everyone looking really smart. I hate the term looking smart, but looking tidy and neat and conventionally presentable. So until I get super sweaty and like from having put in the work, until that point, very presentable now. Yes, the like white of the logo and all that stuff like is coming away because it was like one of those iron-on things. I think it's not embroidered at all. So all of the like logo-y bits, they're slowly peeling off. In the wash, bits come away. Whilst I wear it, they like fold away. And they're gonna come off. But yes, it's a faded shirt. But it's the best one I've got. I've got the new ones, but I don't like them very much. They're not as comfortable. So I'm sticking with that old one until I can't, effectively. Anyway, I said this was going to be short, and it looks like it's about a quarter of an hour, so I'm going to stop now before my phone explodes and get on with my day. So, I wish you the best of luck with your own day, and I will catch you cats on the flip flop. Goodbye.